By the way, if you all are interested in a brand new PC, you guys gotta know about this amazing Diablo 4 inspired PC giveaway. Skytech Gaming actually partnered with Intel and Signal RGB to make this literal work of art of a gaming setup for you Diablo 4 fans out there. They're running this giveaway right now as we speak. That is absolutely free to sign up to enter. Obviously, as you can see, it's an awesome hand-painted chest, and they have this incredible RGB potions on top, which literally react to your health and resource bar in real time as you play the game. This is all doable by the Signal RGB app, which syncs the RGB devices together to bring you an insane gaming experience. And of course, the outside is great and it's visually impeccable, but the inside is truly a masterpiece as well. This PC is powered by the 13th generation Intel 13600K CPU and RTX 4070 graphics card, giving you a computer that will blow Diablo 4 out of the water. It also has plenty of fans and water cooling to help with those super long gaming sessions to be able to handle anything thrown at it. So make sure you click that link in the description below for a chance to win this amazing Diablo 4 themed PC today. Okay, starting off, the developers officially implemented some Nightmare tier changes to make it to where higher tier Nightmare dungeons are significantly easier than before. They stated that Nightmare tier 100 dungeons are now equivalent to about Nightmare tier 70s, dropping the total health pool by mobs from 82% and reducing their damage by 80% as well. To be honest, if you want my real opinion, ladies and gentlemen, I think the best way to make Nightmare dungeons more eventful and meaningful to the player is by adding mechanics and more mob density with better encounters rather than just simply turning up and down the knob of health and damage percentages for the mobs. As of right now, the gameplay loop of Nightmare dungeons in general is quite boring. I mean, maybe as you're progressing through higher tiers of Nightmare dungeons, you could also encounter more affixes that increase your character power personally, or as well as confirming the minimum item level drop rate once you start getting into higher tier dungeons. Maybe you start always getting items above 830 to 840 item levels consistently. By the way, if you're a part of the 90% of population who are consistently having inventory issues in your bag, as well as stash this season with Malignant Hearts being added to the table, we finally got some clarification on what the real reason is why we can't just have more stash tabs from the developers. Joe Pipiora took to Twitter to state that the reason they can't create more storage for players is because it's expensive in the sense of memory for the servers. He states that when you see another player in-game, you load them and their entire stash filled with all of their items. This is what the team is working on to improve so they can have more for everyone as soon as possible. It's not a storage concern, it's a performance concern. Now listen, I'm going to be honest, I think it's very understandable and legible that this is an honest reason why they can't add stash tabs into the game, because if you add a bunch of these, apparently it's going to lead to the servers and everything just simply being out of control, breaking and bugging out the game. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to pull punches here, because when it comes to the fact that this is a AAA company with some of the best gaming developers in the world, I'm going to come to the conclusion that obviously, this is something that should have never even happened. I mean, we're talking about a full loot ARPG experience that has a small cap on storage, and it looks like this problem isn't going to be fixed for quite a while. Either way, I think it's a very, very basic developing issue from the ground up that they messed up on, and they need to get it fixed right away. Moving along now to some more season updates as well as the future news. A user over on Twitter stated that there are plenty complaints about the seasonal journey being very bland and repetitive. Obviously, it's easier to build, but there has been more discussion about how to make seasonal journeys more interesting. Once again, Joe Pipiora came over to Save the Day and says, I think it's going to be evolving system for some time. There is a balance between simple activities that are clear and creating more novel goals for players to engage in. We'll certainly be looking for feedback as we consider future iterations. Now, if you've all experienced the Battle Pass as well as Season Journey, it's definitely a very straightforward situation. I think the main cause for that is the fact that Diablo 4 and the gameplay experience of the entire game is actually generally just a very straightforward situation. They don't really have any features or anything new to the series or ARPGs in general that is going to excite a lot of players, so progressing through the seasonal journey with very straightforward and bland goals or quests isn't really going to cause much fun for the player base. So hopefully when it comes to the seasonal progression or journey in the future and later on expansions, they can come up with some more exciting systems or features to involve us more into the seasonal storyline when it comes to progressing through everything, as well as the seasonal theme. And with that, they are reviewing some stuff for Season 2 right now as we speak. Now, when it comes to the changes on cooldown reduction, listen up, because we do have some important news on this as well. A fan took to Twitter asking if there was any chance they could revisit the cooldown reduction nerf in the future. On the builds that want it, it still feels very mandatory. The nerf just makes for a worse gameplay experience overall. The developers simply replied that they are not going to revisit cooldown reduction being changed as a stat, and they'll keep everyone updated about all this on streams and in the near future. So hopefully we get some of the longer cooldown abilities toned down a bit to make up for this drastic change out of nowhere last patch. By the way, a very important notice to all the players out there with a very big bug is actually for the Tree of Whispers. They recently buffed the Tree of Whispers with the experience gain getting increased drastically, and right when the season launched, it was actually giving a really significant amount of experience as I was leveling up personally. Then I noticed that it wasn't giving any experience for me at all out of nowhere, and I was wondering what the heck was going on, so I did some research, I looked it up, and it is true that the Tree of Whispers is not giving any experience right now, and it is a bug, and they're looking to fix it as soon as possible. So whatever you do, don't go wasting your time trying to do a bunch of Tree of Whispers and focus on doing something a little bit more productive until then. Also, when it comes to the seasonal launch and community feedback, it seems like everyone is rather frustrated with Renown as a whole. A user over on Reddit stated that it's incredibly boring and that they enjoyed the grind for loot as well as levels, but Renown is basically grinding for 4 Paragon points, and that's about it. And what makes it worse is that you're forced to do very specific content for it. They made some great solutions, being number 1 to be making every Renown reward account wide and not just be altars and exploration. To also remove Renown from seasons and to make Renown repeatedly available from overworld events as well as nightmare dungeons. User commented under this post saying that Renown grinding for the sake of Renown grinding is horrible and tedious, and they simply just need to introduce Renown gain from other sources so that it can be earned more passively and more easy. It's more accessible. If you complete a Whisper, have some Renown. Kill a certain amount of mobs, have some Renown. Complete an open world objective, have some Renown. It just really feels like the juice isn't worth the squeeze when it comes to the hard, tedious grind of Renown, and a lot of people just simply don't even do it. I really hope in the future they make changes towards Renown as well as waypoints and the Codex of Power heading into seasons, because I don't know about any of you, it's very frustrating having to rediscover all the waypoints out in the open world, as well as regrind out all the Codex of Power systems and powers that I went and did previously. It's very, very frustrating, and I think it'd be better for seasons moving forward. I think this is starting to build up, though, when it comes to the future preparations and seasonal content anticipation, and players are really on edge at this point, stating that what is the point of making the problems you're targeting worse and planning to implement them as a fix later on down the line? We're just stuck in this weird limbo state where everything is less fun, and we what? Just wait for the other half of patch 1.1 that puts it at all right? I would also love to point out that I do think Diablo is going to be a stellar game in about 6 to 9 months from now. But the question is, are the seasons later on down the line, as well as expansions, going to bring back enough players and stop so many players from leaving right now? It's something we're going to have to check out and just simply wait and see until the time comes. We also got a former Blizzard employee making a statement about Blizzard and its future as of right now. Here it is on screen. Check it out.
The future holds for Blizzard. Is its ship sinking, or has the sun not yet set on the Blizzard Empire? Well, Blizzard is dead. It is a corpse. It is a corpse being puppeteered by Activision and Bobby Kotick. And it's going to be used as basically a factory to put the Blizzard stamp on things and stoke nostalgia to get sales. And that's it. Stop holding out hope that Blizzard is going to come back. Everyone who founded Blizzard, all the principles that Blizzard was founded on, they're gone or they're dead.
I think at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, everyone has their day in the sun, and no matter what it is, everybody has a peak at some point. Now, even though all these Metacritic scores are incredibly low on all the Blizzard games here, I think a lot of them are just simply people hating on Blizzard and on the games rather than actually have, you know, a really good and time investment to be able to give a knowledgeable and trustworthy opinion. I do not think that World of Warcraft deserves to be a 3.4. I definitely don't think Diablo deserves to be a 2.4. I think they're both very good games, but Blizzard still just once again missed the mark a little bit when it comes to keeping players around for a decent amount of time with something brand new and exciting. Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, that it's okay to stop playing a video game if you're no longer enjoying it. Simple as that, man. Try to have some fun with video games. You don't like this one? You should just move on. I thought something that would be pretty funny to kind of lighten up the mood is showing you all DM Diablo 4's hardcore death while he's trying to sit here and explain that the Diablo 1 season is great. Here's the clip.
If I am in a blood mist and I'm near, it is still going to cast and explode corpses. What this actually means for me is that once we have the boots that makes it where the blood mist explosion is at, I actually just lost my hardcore character while trying to explain this to you. I changed my mind. I hate this season.
But okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the latest news and community opinions for everything going on with Diablo 4 as of right now. How are you guys liking Season 1 of Diablo 4 so far? Let us know in the comment section below, as we would love to talk with you all. By the way, we also want to take a moment to shout out our channel members over here on YouTube, because you all are the #1 supporters of the Comeback Kids, and we absolutely could not keep this channel going without you all. The giveaway for our channel members this month of July is going to be the brand new Razer Kraken V3 HyperSense headset, worth over $130. So if you all are interested in earning exclusive rewards for the Comeback Kids personally, as well as the opportunity of being offered giveaways constantly, click that join button below the video or hit that link in the description to become an official Comeback Kid today and show some support. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. It's an absolute pleasure to be making content for you all. Until the very end, my name is Sky from the Comeback Kids. I will see you all in the next one. Peace!